Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chem Lock League, and we are approaching the back half of the season. In the first half, we went 7-1. Yes, 7-1. Our only loss to the Heaters. That was a rough game, but we are doing really well, way above what I expected from this team this year. And just out of curiosity, I think our best record we've had is 9 wins. So we have 9, and then 7 in the first season. So surprisingly, we've played a lot better with our win-loss record than I expected, but we are only 2 games away from tying that best record, and we have a lot of season left. We have 8 games left to play. These next 2 are going to be against the Rakers, a 2-game set against them, and we will have our ace on the mound, Gabriel Wankerstein, who's having a great year. We'll be going up against Kevin Vo. He is having a great year, but he does have Tier 3 surrounded. So if we can get our offense going, get a couple of runners on base, and we might find ourselves in a situation where we can really start to capitalize. We had, let's set the lineup for game 1 of the doubleheader. And for this one, I think I opted intentionally. I know Kevin Vo is a righty on the mound, but I think I opted for Patrick Beal to get the start here. There's a couple of things that we're thinking about maybe doing with the team, but right now we're not going to rock the boat too much as we continue to be successful. So we are going to keep everything as is here. I already did set the lineup in the last game, or after the last video. So we'll have a locked-in Dennis Shoei, a locked-in Zeke Price. We'll also have a tense Aiden Rubio, so I hope he can get things sorted out and get his mojo back. Let's go ahead and we'll be going into a home series here. I think because of the success in the first half of the season, let's go white out in this matchup. Let's go ahead, get out to the ballpark. It's a nice day at Stade Royale. Looks like a rainbow. I don't know if there's always a rainbow there. I don't remember ever seeing it, but that's really cool. See if we can see it out here on the field today. As we head out to the field. Yep, there's the rainbow. Let me know if that's something that we always see. Maybe it's only on these, it kind of looks like an overcast day. Very interesting. But Wankerstein heads out to the mound, and Drew Dropkin heads up to the plate. Having a rough season after making, I think, the All-Star team last year. Batting 118. Tier 2 high pitch, Tier 2 consistent. First pitch taken for strike 1. Ball misses inside, and Drew was a starter. He was actually a top 10, number 10 in the top 10 last year. And he grounds out to shortstop for out number 1. Drew had 5 home runs last year, so slow start for him. Here comes Sarai Williamson. She's batting 263, no home runs, no RBIs. Tier 2 inside pitch, and she swings through a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Plus is Tier 1 contact versus lefties, not activated, obviously, against Wankerstein. She pops up to right field, and Trampleson will haul that in for out number 2. And we'll see Horst Cordova coming up, batting 214 with a solo home run this year. Tier 2 off-speed hitter. Already it looks like they could lean into their discipline traits, but haven't. Also has Tier 2 whiffer, which you see activate here on the 0-2. And a grounder to third base. Royal Finley will scoop and toss to the first baseman in a 1-2-3 inning for Gabriel. Really great start for him, and the Rakers seem to continue their struggles, at least so far. Aiden Rubio has his red-hot start, has cooled off quite a bit. He is tense now, batting 429. It's 1 home run and 2 RBIs. Kevin Vo on the mound. I believe we've seen him a few times before. And Aiden Rubio will slap a base hit past the pitcher into center field, and will that get his mojo back? It does, so the loyalty pays off. He's back to neutral. Zeke Price will come up. He's locked in, batting 381 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs on the season. Long pause as Kevin Vo looks at the runner. He takes a strike. Check and holding, ball 1 high and in. And Zeke will loft one into right field. It is carrying in the shallow right field corner, but it's going to land in the glove of Trespass Miners in right field. 1 out, and Dennis Shoei comes up, batting 429 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's locked in. He's been really heating up over the last couple of games. Had another home run last game, I believe. Fouls off here. He's quickly down 0-2. Lead speed over at first, and Rubio had stolen a lot of bases this season, but he hasn't even tried so far. And Shoei down the right field line, tailing into the corner. That one might hit the foul pole. Nope, just in foul territory, and almost catching that was Miners. It's a ball low and away, almost hitting a 2-run shot was Dennis. They check on the runner, he's back safely. Rubio hasn't even attempted to steal yet. And Shoei into the right center field corner, but it's going to hang up for Drew Dropkin, and that's going to be another allowed out. Well hit ball, but it just hung up a little too long for Dropkin to catch up to it. And with 2 down, here comes Port Guevara, batting .368 on the year. He already has 3 home runs in the first half of the season, adding up to 6 RBIs. We haven't had an opportunity to get him a trait, but he has been playing really well in his rookie season. Late on that one, fouls it off. A 1-2 count for Guevara. Fouls another one off. Kevin Vo looking to avoid getting a second runner on base. He'll miss high and in. 2-2 count. And Pork will foul straight back. Just misses that one. Another chance, and he strikes out swinging. So after a leadoff single from Aiden Rubio, we go down in order afterwards. Unfortunate spot for the Tundra offense after a quick inning from Gabriel. See if he can do it again here in the second. A 2.11 average for Jason Blackwell. That name sounds familiar too. He was a all-star back in season 2 for the Swampers as he takes strike 3 looking here. And Blackwell goes down for the 4th straight out, and Justice Barrera will come up. Heading 2-11, no home runs, and I believe 1 RBI. It keeps popping up so fast I can't catch it. 2-2 count. Yep, 1 RBI for him. A 2-2 count. Diving play from Royal Finley, and is going to dink into left field. So the first hit of the day for the Rakers comes off of the bat of Barrera. With 1 on and 1 out, here comes Paxton Hanspringer. He's batting .231, no home runs, no RBIs. Another batter struggling in this Raker lineup. Hanspringer takes strike 1. See if a ground ball can get the double play to keep Wankerstein at the minimum. Ball misses outside. 2-1 count, or 1-2 count, now 2-2. It almost hits him. Beal will reach for that one, but it gets away from him. Runner advances to second. That'll break up the chance for the double play on the full count. A ground ball hit hard by Dennis Shoei, diving to make the play, and he's going to get the out at first base. Runner does advance to third. So now in scoring position for Clint Burns. Tier 1 rally starter, Tier 1 sprinter, neither activated until he, or at this point, sprinter will activate out of the box. And with a runner on third base, let's see how Wankerstein responds. A 1-2 count to Burns, batting .267 on the year. He's staying alive, a few foul balls. Popped up foul territory, can get wrecked, get over to it in time. Gonna drop in foul territory, we'll do it again. And taking strike 3, Burns goes down looking, and the Rakers strand a runner on third base. Give me one moment, everyone. So third baseman Royal Finley, who's having a pretty solid season since we brought him in, batting .385 with 2 RBIs, no home runs yet, despite us bringing him in for his power. Fouls one off here. It's a 1-2 count. Kevin Vo manages through a tough first inning. We'll see what he does here as Finley flies to center field. Camped under it is Dropkin, out number 1. Quiet offensive day for the Tundras so far. Outside of the hit from Rubio, we've been silenced as Getrek swings over the top of that pitch. Chases out of the zone for a foul. 1-2 count here. And Getrek fouls off again. Chases out of the zone, stays alive. And we'll sing through strike 3. Something we've seen too often from Amos this year. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of bad at-bats. And again, I don't know what to do about it. We're going to have to figure things out. and see what we can do in left field. Demi Trampelson, one count here. Takes strike 2. She'll swing through strike 3. Jesus. Well, that's probably a good example of why Kevin Vo's having such a good season here. But it is really frustrating to see us struggle when we have the talent, as we've talked about. So Trespass Miners locked in the number 8 spot in the order, batting 667 with no home runs and 1 RBI. Takes a strike at the bottom of the zone, and that bat shatters as it pops up right behind the plate, and Beal will catch that. You'll see Wankerstein is locked in and hitting triple digits on his fastball. Gadman comes up batting 286, no home runs, 1 RBI. Former Tundran catcher. If you recall, he was actually the first Tundra to hit a home run here at Stade Royale as he slaps one into right center field. He has good speed for a catcher. Zeke has to hurry, and rounding second, heading to third, Gadman will slide into third base with a triple. Not ideal. Now the question would be, if Aiden Rubio is in center field, he's faster, does he get the ball in quicker, even with his weaker arm, than Zeke Price there to hold him to a triple, or to hold him to a double? I don't think it makes a difference. Either the weaker arm or the faster or the slower fielder, you're going to have the same result in my eyes. 2-2 count, now full, and Wankerstein has to get back to figuring things out, and it's going to be a base hit ground ball, or I'm sorry, a RBI ground out to short. Runner does score, but that's going to be an RBI for Drew Dropkin, and Wankerstein drops back to neutral mojo here with 2 outs in the top of the third. It's a 1-0 ball game. The Rakers take the lead. And this does definitely feel like an off day for the Tundras so far, as this one's skied to center field, not deep. Zeke Price taking a few minutes to wait for that one to come down, and he'll haul it in. But the triple from Gadman puts himself in the perfect spot to score on a ground out, and that'll make the difference in this ball game right now. 1-0 lead for the Rakers. See if we can just get it right back right now. Jacques Dennis will weakly slap one up the middle, but it does sneak all the way through into center field. A base hit for Jacques Dennis, not something we get to see very often. He'll be on first for Patrick Beal. 1 RBI. It was a game-winning sacrifice bunt. He bunts this one, and it's foul. Trying to advance the runner. I think this is a good idea. Infield is in for the bunt. This is high and away. Kevin Vo back to neutral mojo. It's showing bunt and pulling back on the ball. And fouling off here. Patrick Beal in a count. He slaps this one into right field, and it's going to drop. Trespass Miners will cut it off, but runner heading to third, sliding in safely, and Patrick Beal staying heads up on the base pads, advances to second base. So because of his weak power, he's able to dink that one into right center field, and it doesn't hang up enough for the speedy Miners to catch up to. But that now puts 2 in scoring position for Aiden Rubio with nobody out. This is a great position for the Tundras to capitalize, and with Tier 3 surrounded activated as well. Rubio swings through strike 2. Tough out activates on the 2-2. Pops foul, stays alive. 45th pitch from Vo. Is fouled off again. Come on, Aiden, this is where you need to come through for us, bud. Ball misses low, it's a full count. Rubio fouls another one off, staying alive. Good battle here. Don't lose this battle, Aiden. Another foul ball. And he'll slap one to short, or to second. Blackwell to first, advances the runner home. Beal moves to third, so it's a productive out. Sacrifice ground out, essentially. And that allows us to get 1 run back, and that's a tie ball game. Now Zeke Price will come up. No longer surrounded. And this one's sent to deep center field. Zeke Price is going to be on his horse. Rounding first, heading to second base. Dropkin finally gets to it, and that's going to hold him at second base. But Zeke, with an RBI double, gives the Rakers the lead here in the bottom of the third. He's in scoring position with only 1 out for Dennis Shoei. Shoei 0 for 1. He went hard to right center field, but just let it hang up a little too much. We'll see if he can find his way here. He falls behind 0-2. Kevin getting tired. Ball misses high. Kevin allowed his first 2 earned runs of the year. His ERA up to 174. And Shoei lines right to Blackwell. Zeke paying attention, gets right back to the base. And that's an unfortunate out for Dennis Shoei, making it 2 down for Port Guevara. He struck out last time. See if he can maybe put one into the stands. 1-1 count. Swings at one low and in, and he pulls a foul. Makes it 1-2 count. He misses low. Kevin Vo's 60th pitch. Oh, man, just misses that one. Guevara will sky to left field. Into the glove of Clint Burns will end the inning. But we get a huge inning as Jacques Dennis gets a base hit. Patrick Beal gets a double. And then we get the ground out from Aiden Rubio to score a run. And Zeke Price's double scores the second run. We get the lead, and we head to the top of the 4th. We'll see if Wankerstein can respond now that he gets a little bit of run insurance, as he'll get the first batter to sky to right field. I think that's Horst Cordova. And Trampelson will catch that for out number 1.
Number 6, Jason Blackwell.
Now comes Jason Blackwell, 0 for 1. Average at 200, but already has 5 RBIs this season. He struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch swinging, he fouls off. Ball misses low and away. Another one, same thing, low and in this time. Checks on strike 2. 2-2 count here. And popped up into foul territory. It's going to land in the dugout. 2-2 count, and it'll go full. Wankerstein over 50 pitches now. And strike 3 catches the corner. Gabriel Wankerstein gets a big strikeout there, and Justice Barrera will come up. He was the first one to get a hit against Gabriel. And he comes up with tier 2 slowpoke. Wankerstein with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Misses low. It's a 1-1 count. Strike catches the top inside part of the plate, and it's a 1-2 count. And he'll get him swinging through strike 3. That'll end the inning. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Time for us to get some insurance. We'll go Finley, Get Wrecked, and Trampelson against Kevin Vo, who is getting close to the end of his day. We'll see if he comes out here. Royal Finley 0 for 1. And Vo will start the inning. Missing high and in. Swings through strike 1. Strike catches the corner on the outside part of the plate, and Finley swings through strike 3. That was an interesting sequence from Kevin Vo, who is starting to get tired, so trying to be strategic with where he places his pitches, and it pays off there. They move on from Kevin Vo over to Riggs Smile. The relief pitcher will come in, having a rough season with a 7.36 ERA. He'll face off against the tense Get Wrecked. We'll see. I believe Rig had a all-star appearance here. He's got tier 2 K Neglector, and Amos Get Wrecked to right field. It's over and out of here. Amos Get Wrecked says Get Wrecked to Rig Smile. I bet you he's not smiling anymore, as he'll get his mojo back. His second home run of the year, goes 360. 4th RBI of the season. It gives us an extended lead here, now 3-1, and that one finds its way into the frozen tundra Stade Royale. So we'll see what Demi Trampelson can do against Rick Smile, who's not having a good day or a good season. It's going to be a liner to third base off the end of the bat. So Jacques Dennis, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored, will come up to the plate. First pitch taken, strike 1. Pulls foul there, and that'll get out of play. 0-2 count, K Neglector activates. Jacques swings through strike 3. Ugly at bat there. Again. Man, it's so frustrating to see the struggles from Jacques Dennis. He does a lot for the team, but it just doesn't look good when he struggles so much. 1 for 2 day, though. I'm not going to give him too much slack. I've been hard on him for most of this season. Wankerstein locked in at 60 pitches against Oh, off the glove here. Charging in is Guevara. Will not make the play in time, and Wankerstein loses mojo after allowing the hit. That's not an error. So the leadoff man will reach base, and Clint Burns will come up tense. That'll be it for Wankerstein as we'll turn to Quincy Healthy, nearly at full stamina, if not full stamina. In a high-pressure situation, we're going to see clutch activate here for Healthy, and we'll see if he can clean this inning up. Burns is tense, so a ground ball double play is not out of the question. Gets strike 2 swinging. 2-2 count, and a late swing there will go foul. And a hard hit ball, showy to Guevara, over to Rubio, double play. Cleans the base pads off, and now Wankerstein is off the hook for that runner on first base, so his line is over. And now Trespass Miners will come up. He's locked in, and he'll face off against Quincy Healthy. Falls behind 0-2. Clutch still activated in a high-pressure situation. Staying alive, Miners fouls off. Takes strike 3 looking, and Miners will lose mojo. Quincy Healthy comes up clutch in the 5th. And what a great way to see our bullpen support Wankerstein after a fine day for him. He had that unfortunate triple from Gadman, really the only difference in this ball, or the only score in this ball game. Patrick Beal comes through with his second hit of the day. Don't look now, but he seems to be more productive than Jacques Dennis this season. He'll reach base for the second time today. He has a single and a double and a run scored. We'll see if he can move around the bases with Rubio coming up. Rubio grounded out, got an RBI on the ground out last time up. He falls behind 0-2, so tough out activates. Same with K Neglector. 15th pitch is fouled off. Big Smile at half stamina. And ball misses low and in. Come on, Aiden. That is a bullshit call. Rubio rung up looking. I don't know how you call that one. It was way too low, and it was outside. Poor Rubio gets rung up. He loses his mojo. He's tense again, and now we'll see what Zeke can do with Tier 3 clutch and locked in. In a high-pressure situation, he fouls off there. K Neglector on the 0-2. 20th pitch from Rig. Come on, Zeke. And a slow grounder to third. Horst Cordova goes to first with it. Zeke will leg out the infield grounder to cut off the double play, so it's just going to be a fielder's choice. Runner out at second base, and Zeke loses mojo on the ground out. Dennis Shoei immediately pops up to the infield. A missed opportunity to add insurance here, and that'll be out number 3. I don't know if you saw that, but I just wanted to commend Zeke Price on his great hustle. On that pop-up, he was flying around the bases. He slid into third base before the pitcher even caught that pop-up, so he was moving. So we're going to go into the top of the 6th. We're up 3-1, and it's going to start with Gadman, who already has a triple and a run scored today. We'll see what he can do against Quincy Healthy, former teammates. This one's popped up behind second base. Shoei camped under it. We'll call that and catch it for out number 1. Leadoff hitter Drew Dropkin is 0 for 2 with a ground out RBI. His average all the way down to 105 now. Tier 2 high pitch. We're in a high pressure situation, and Healthy still has the clutch trade activated along with his locked in mojo. Going after him at the top of the zone, and here he goes low. Royal Finley will scoop and toss to first, out number 2. Last chance for the Rakers. It's going to be Sarai Williamson. 0 for 2. We're in max pressure now, so getting an even bigger boost from Quincy Healthy's clutch trait, as he's at about half stamina. The slider catches the corner. That curveball drops out. Fastball late, swung at 99 miles an hour. And strike 3 swinging, and Quincy Healthy just shuts down the Rakers after he comes in for Gabriel Wankerstein. And a bit of a quiet game. I'll give it to Kevin Vo. He did handle our offense, but he struggled there in the 3rd. And we got into, no, actually, I think he came out at that point. We'll look at his stat line in a moment. But we found some opportunity to score a couple of runs, and that was enough for us to get the win. Let's go ahead and take a look at the offensive side of things. Only 3 hits from the Rakers, 2 singles, From Barrera and Handspringer, we had the triple from Gadman, and he scored on the RBI ground out from Dropkin. That was it for offense for the Rakers. We had Rubio with an RBI and a hit. He also struck out on a really bad call. Zeke Price with that RBI double. He went 1 for 3. We had hitless days from Shoei, Guevara, Royal, and Trampelson. A home run from Get Wrecked, a solo shot. A hit from Dennis, he scores a run, and then a 2 for 2 day from Patrick Beal. He gets a double and a run scored as well. So love to see him produce when Valencia is out. Kevin Vo does get the loss. He goes 3 1/3, giving up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts. And Rig Smile will get a no decision here, going 1 2/3, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run. It was a solo shot to Get Wrecked. He also struck out 2. Wankerstein gets the win. He goes 4+ innings. He gives up 3 total hits. He allowed 1 earned run, and he struck out 4. Healthy gets his 3rd save of the year. 2 innings pitched. He gives up no earned runs, no hits, no walks, no runner allowed, and he struck out 2. He came in with a runner on base, and he was able to get a double play to wash that away. His ERA remains perfect, and he's having a really great season. So Get Wrecked, Wankerstein, Beal are your top 3. Who would have thought that was going to be a top 3 at this point in the season? I guess we'll take anything we can get. So we win another one. We are now at 8-1 on the season. We can do no worse than 8-8 record, and that's if we win or we lose every other game. We're going to drop Blue Hogwashes. Quincy is having a breakout season right now. Between these two, neither of them are really notable. How old is Royal here? He is 34 years old. So I'm going to give this one to Magnus Rivas, I think. Ideally, we have a better option for third base than Royal Finley, but he's been holding his own over there. Between these two, who do I want to give loyalty to? Neither have really earned it, but McBiddles is younger, and Jacques Dennis just continues to have me questioning whether he's going to be a part of this future. I would like to say that if we can get a championship, let Jacques Dennis ride off into the sunset. If we can keep him around, it depends on if we make any moves at the end of the season, but maybe we just keep Jacques Dennis on the bench and let him be our veteran presence, a la some Justin Turner action for the Cubs last year. He was so awful when he played, outside of like a couple of clutch hits. But for the most part, he was so scary. Like anytime he come up, we were just not interested. And look at that. We're going to be facing off against our former pitcher, Leonardo Owens, with Tier 2 workhorse, but now has gained Tier 3 meltdown. Let's see if we can cause a meltdown in the next game. With Connor McBiddles on the mound, his ERA sitting at 9.00. I hope he has he seems to have like that trend of like one bad inning. I don't know if it's going to happen in this one. I hope we can get some offensive production against Owens, and maybe if McBiddles has a bad inning, it's not too much that we can't handle. All right, let's see what happened since the game ended. We have Wankerstein. Didn't he just gain? Where's it at? He gained 5 velocity before the last game, and then after pitching, he loses 2 velocity. He still remains an A- though. That's so funny. Chico O'Brien no longer an option for us as he gets replaced by Justice Barrera. Now, Justice here, depending on his chemistry, could be an interesting option, as he could be decent as another outfield option. I don't know. We'll take a look at him in just a moment. This is very fascinating, as Dennis Shoei would get a development to his arm, which he needs for sure, and a chance to gain bad ball hitter. Holy shit, if he gets that. I think he is going to torch the rest of the league the rest of the way through if he gets that trait right there. Stafford, the 42-year-old, takes a 16 arm regression in the free agent pool, and then stiff bottom with some development. Let's see, anybody would be interested in. Gage Velasquez has K neglector. I don't think I'm interested in that. We have a third baseman that's not a good fielder. Would have contact versus lefties and bad jumps, but essentially just below average and everything. Ezra Wong at 27 is taking a -2 accuracy hit. Let's see. McGee gets dropped by the Foresters. We're not interested in him. And then we have Arno Cherry gets dropped by the War Wagons. They are going with Gusto Brock. They're looking for a little bit of offensive insurance as they're having a good season. The War Wagons are sitting at 6-3. We're at 8-1. We're the only team, or we're still the best team in the league with only one loss. There are 3 teams that have 2 losses so far. But we are 2.5 games ahead of the Foresters, who are sitting in a good position. Are they? Yeah, they are in a wild card spot right now. So the Foresters are a team we have to be worried about. We already beat them twice, but we have one more game against them at the end of the season. Let's take a look at development, and then we'll look at some of those players that just came up and see if we're interested in any of them. We're not going to do this one for Royal Finley. I might do this one for Tenley Knight, excuse me. But I don't know if I want to spend the money on her at 32. I might actually do this one just because of how well she did last time. We have Holden Stiff Bottom with a chance to gain accuracy and velocity. Might do this with how well he's pitched, but we'll give it a game here. We have Amos with a chance to gain first pitch prayer. We talked about this one, and I think I was leaning towards doing it just because he needs the speed. And first pitch prayer isn't that bad. And then we're absolutely doing this one for Dennis Shoei, and I am going to do this one right now, regardless of the extra game we have. I want to get him as good as we possibly can, and if he gets this bad ball hitter trait, please give it to him. Here we go. 3 arm, plus 15%, or 15% chance for +5. He gets it, +8. We get another bonus roll. We do not get it. Damn it. If I had to choose between those two, I would have went the other way, but he does get 1 bonus, so +8 arm. Gets him up to 53. It's still his weakest attribute, but it's fine. His arm at third base, or his second base, has been more than enough. Let's do this one for Amos. I feel like because we didn't get bad ball hitter, we're going to get first pitch prayer. I just kind of feel like that's how it's going to go. We lose 1 power, which is fine. He does get the bonus speed, so +8 for him as well. And he will not get first pitch prayer, thank God. So he goes up to 67 speed. That for Amos is really good. I just really need his contact to go up. Can we please get like tough out or contact versus righties or something like that? I just hate seeing how low his contact rating is. All right, and then let's do this one for Tenley Knight just because of how well she has been playing. For us, we want her to continue to pitch well. So let's see if this can give her some extra encouragement with some teeth whitening. +3 velocity, +1 junk, +1 speed. Chance for more velocity. We won't get the bonus there. Chance for 2 junk. Won't get that. Chance to lose composed is 20%. And she will. Again, I'm not really worried about that. She already has elite accuracy. And it's a tier 1 trait. So there is a random chance that she might get another positive trait in one of the 3 categories that we're interested in. And I wasn't going to do this one for Brock, and I'm not going to do this one for Holden until next game anyways. We can't even afford it anyways. So that is going to do it for development. Let's go take a look at some of these players that were just released. I also want to, at some point we're going to have to make a decision on whether we're going to pass on these players or if we bring them in to replace Jacques Dennis. It feels really weird to think about it, but I just feel like he has been more of an eyesore on this team than anything else. Jagger McMillan, I forgot, is available. Well, I'll put a star on him. I don't think he's a guy I'm interested in keeping around, though. We could always bring back Raiden Coleman again for Dennis as well. No to nickel plows. Who was the guy that we were looking at that just got released? There's Cleom Rums is kind of interesting. With the 71 power and 49 contact, it's still a little lower than I'd like. I don't know, Cherry, not interested. Kanan Carson's still out there too. So who's this? TD Coke. No thank you. Marty Maynard is getting closer to his price point, so we might have to consider bringing him in. I like his traits, but his power is just way too low for me. Who was the guy that we were looking at? Justice Barrera. He's crafty. Oh, we just talked about, or we just saw him in the last game. I'm going to put a star on him. He's obviously needs to get down to his price point before we consider him. But intriguing. There's also a chance that we could always bring back Mendez to replace Jacques Dennis, as that would be a decent like hitting for hitting move here. And with the two really good traits, we're not losing a whole lot. But Mendez was just so unproductive for us. We do lose a lot of power there. Contact's about the same. Speed's just a little bit better. And the defense I'm not really worried about, but Mendez just wasn't productive for us. Is that an anomaly, or is that the way it's going to be, you know? We have Gage Velasquez as an option. I think he just got dropped. He has never pitched well for the Cutters. And I think the only other one I'm like truly interested in considering is Steve Richard. But again, we're getting to the point where we are going to have to make the move or we are going to lose him. I think if we go another game, we might not get him to bring in. And the problem is I kind of want to see another game from Blue Hogwash, but I think by the time we get to that point, our only option might just be Gage Velasquez. Unless somebody else gets dropped in the meantime. I guess that's something we can think about and plan for. But yeah, that's where I think that's all we can do. We're not going to make any moves right now, but give me feedback if you see anybody that's intriguing to you that you think could be a viable candidate to join the team. And I'd be happy to look into that for us. But I just don't think right now. I think we keep continuing with what's working, and that is whatever we're doing, somehow it's working. Let's go ahead and set the lineup for the next game. And as you know, we will typically have these back-to-back videos with the doubleheaders. So I think we keep things as is. Demi is struggling in right field after striking out a couple of times. So we can put Amos in right. We give Anya Corona a start. She hasn't had one since back in season 2, I think. I'm fine with doing that. We'll be bringing back Brock Valencia, who's finally fully recovered after his time off. And I think I'm going to go with Blue here at DH. Just Jacques Dennis doesn't have it. We'll keep him on the bench. Yeah. Now let's move things around here as I will bop Valencia back up to 4 behind Port Guevara. Let's give Get Wrecked the spot at number 6 after his home run day. And I think the rest of this I'll keep as is. Rubio. So unfortunately, he lost his mojo again by the end of that game after getting it back in the first at-bat. I'm a bit worried about having Corona in the lineup, but I also think that she can hold her own. A bit slow in left field, but I think hitting-wise she'll surprise us, and she's got a great arm to keep runners at bay. But Trampelson has been really, really falling off offensively for us. She is now struck out a total of 4 times, and she has had 13 at-bats. So she has more strikeouts than hits now after a hot start from her, unfortunately. I hope she can get her head back on straight. And that's where we will leave things as we head to game number 10 of the season and the second game of the doubleheader against the Rakers. See if we can send them packing and see if we can get them down to 2-8 on the season. They're just by far one of the worst teams in the league. Only the Colossus are worse. And if we can sweep them in the doubleheader, we'll be in a really, really good place on the heading into the last 2 games against the Fire Division, which I don't know about you all, but I feel like with the Fire Division always ends up being a struggle for us. The Firebirds and the War Wagons are going to be 2 tough matchups against the bottom 2 pitchers in our rotation. That does have me nervous, but the more wins we can get against these weaker teams, the better off we're going to be. So let's get the sweep against the Rakers next time out. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please like the video down below. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If we're not at 150 subscribers by now, we will be soon, and we'll be heading towards 200. So thank you so much for all of your support. Comment down below if you have any ideas on what you think we should do with the team. Do you think we make any moves? Do you think we just stand pat? And what do you think our record will be at the end of the season? Do you think we will continue this success? Do you think we'll struggle down the back stretch? Want to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.